There's a quiet storm raging inside you, a storm that stirs every time you feel the weight of someone's absence, their silence, their indifference. It's an undercurrent of fear so deep, so profound, that it often masquerades as love. You call it love because that's what you've been taught it is. That's what you've convinced yourself it is. But in reality, it's not love at all. It's something darker, something born from the depths of your own insecurity, your own fear of abandonment. We've all been there. We've all convinced ourselves that the intensity we feel, the suffocating need, the constant craving for attention, affection, and reassurance is love. But it's not. It's the shadow side of love, the part that we'd rather not acknowledge. And that shadow is powerful. It drives our actions, our thoughts, and our choices, all while convincing us that it's justified. It tells us that we need this person, this validation, this constant presence to be complete, to feel worthy. But here's the truth you're afraid to face. The love you're chasing is not love at all. It's a desperate attempt to fill the void of fear. It's the fear of being alone, the fear of being forgotten, the fear that one day they will look at you and leave. And that fear, wrapped in the guise of love, is slowly tearing you apart. What if you could see the truth? What if you could pull back the veil and recognize the things you call love are actually the fear of abandonment? You call it love, but it's really the need for validation. You call it love, but it's really the need to possess. You call it love, but it's really the desperate need to never feel unimportant. This isn't love, this is survival. And when you live like this, when you mistake your fear for love, you allow it to control you. You let it shape your reality, your relationships, and your very sense of self. You have to see it for what it truly is. You have to peel back the layers of your desires, your cravings, your attachments, and recognize the truth. You are afraid of being abandoned. You are afraid of being left alone with your thoughts, your pain, your loneliness. And so you latch on, you hold on tight, even when it's not healthy, even when it's draining you, even when it's toxic. But here's the thing. True love is not born from fear. It cannot exist in the shadow of abandonment. True love is not desperate. It is not needy. It is not obsessive. It does not cling. True love is the understanding that you are enough, exactly as you are, whether or not someone stays by your side. And until you confront your fear of abandonment, you will never know what love truly is. Let's look at the first thing you call love, that you so desperately crave, but which is actually nothing more than the fear of abandonment in disguise. 1. You call it love, but it's really the need for constant validation. You've felt it, haven't you? That gnawing emptiness when someone doesn't text back, doesn't acknowledge you, doesn't pay attention to you in the way you've grown accustomed to. You're constantly looking for reassurance, constantly waiting for a sign that you matter, that you're loved, that you're wanted. But this is not love. This is an addiction to validation. When you live your life seeking validation from others, it's never enough. It's an endless cycle. One compliment isn't enough. One gesture isn't enough. The moment you get what you crave, the moment you feel noticed, it slips away. And then you need more. So you chase more attention, more affection, more affirmation. You keep waiting, hoping, desperate for that next fix, never truly realizing that this craving stems from a much deeper fear. The fear of being insignificant, the fear of being overlooked, the fear of being abandoned. You convince yourself that if they love you, if they see you, if they truly notice you, then you are worthy. But this isn't love. This is insecurity. And it's a powerful force. It's a force that makes you feel as though your entire worth is contingent on someone else's approval. If they give it, you're good. If they don't, you spiral into doubt. But here's the truth. You were born worthy. Your worth is not dependent on anyone else. No amount of external validation will ever fill the void inside you. The moment you stop seeking validation from the outside is the moment you begin to understand that true love, the kind that transforms, the kind that heals, the kind that builds, starts with loving yourself first. You are not here to live for the approval of others. You are here to walk your path, confident in who you are, regardless of who stays or who leaves. And when you begin to live from this place of inner knowing, the validation you once sought from others will be irrelevant, because you will have all the validation you need from within. 2. You call it love, but it's really the need to possess. Love is not ownership. Yet, how many times have you felt a rush of jealousy or panic at the thought of someone else being close to the person you love? How many times have you felt the need to control, to make sure they don't stray, to make sure they're only yours? This is not love. This is fear of abandonment. You mistake the urge to possess for the urge to love. You cling to them because you're terrified of losing them. You demand their time, their attention, their loyalty, because you believe that if you don't, you will be left in the cold. But true love is not controlling. True love does not hold another person captive to your insecurities. True love is freedom. It's the freedom to be who you are, without fear that they will abandon you at the slightest mistake. It's the understanding that love is not a transaction. It's not about what you can get. It's about what you can give, what you can share, what you can build together. When you feel the need to possess, to dominate, to restrict someone else's freedom, what you're really saying is, I am afraid of losing you. I am afraid of being abandoned. But love doesn't operate from this place. Love allows, love trusts, love respects the freedom of the other. When you love without the chains of possession, you give both yourself and the other person the space to grow, to evolve, and to remain together by choice, not out of fear or obligation. You are not their keeper. You are not their jailer. You are their partner. And the moment you realize that you do not own them, that you do not need to control them, is the moment you will begin to experience true, unconditional love. 3, you call it love, but it's really the fear of being unimportant. There's something deeply unsettling about the thought of being invisible, the thought of your presence not mattering, the idea that someone could move through life without noticing you, without caring for you, without feeling your absence. And so you do everything in your power to make sure that they see you. You bend over backwards to make sure you're noticed, to make sure you're remembered, to make sure you're important enough to them. But this is not love. This is fear of abandonment. At its core, the fear of being unimportant stems from a place of deep insecurity. You think that if you are not seen, not noticed, not valued, you will be cast aside, forgotten, lost in the crowd. So you chase the spotlight, you chase the attention, you chase the affirmation, but the truth is no one can give you your sense of worth. No one can make you feel significant if you don't first recognize your own significance. When you find yourself desperate to prove your importance to others, you are essentially giving them the power to define you. You are putting your sense of value in their hands, and that is a dangerous game to play. True love is not about needing to be seen by others. It is about seeing yourself deeply, authentically, unconditionally. The moment you recognize your own value, the moment you embrace your own worth, you no longer need to prove anything to anyone. You simply are. And when you stand in that truth, those who are meant to love you will see you not because you've begged for their attention, but because your authenticity is undeniable. So ask yourself, what are you truly chasing? Are you chasing love? Or are you chasing something much darker? The fear of abandonment, the fear of being alone, the fear of not being enough. Are you clinging to relationships that drain you, that force you to prove your worth, that make you feel small, just to avoid the terrifying thought of being left behind? It's time to stop confusing your fear with love. It's time to stop allowing your fear of abandonment to dictate your relationships. Love is not fear. Love is freedom. Love is trust. Love is knowing that you are enough and that no one has the power to make you feel small unless you let them. You are not your fear. You are not your insecurities. You are love. And when you step into that love, the love that is real, the love that is not based on need or survival, you will finally experience the kind of connection that heals, that builds, that empowers. You will no longer seek validation, possession, or importance from others. You will simply be, and in that being, you will find the deepest, truest love you could ever imagine, the love that starts within you. Step into that power, step into that freedom, and let go of the fear. It's time to live in the light of who you truly are. There's an undeniable tension that exists within us all, an ache that whispers constantly, what if I'm not enough? What if after everything they leave me? This fear pulses through the veins of every interaction, coloring the way we see ourselves and how we engage with the world. It's in the conversations we have, the decisions we make, and the relationships we build. But what if, instead of asking for more from others, more affection, more attention, more reassurance, you turned inward and asked one simple question: why do I believe I'm not enough on my own? This deep-seated fear of abandonment that drives so many of our actions is not something that can be easily quelled by the affection or the approval of others. You can ask for love, you can demand attention, but these things don't heal the wound that is festering inside you. The wound is the belief that your existence, your value, your worth is contingent on someone else's perception of you. That is the trap, the illusion that your completeness is determined by external forces. There's a profound truth that we often overlook. You are enough, exactly as you are. But to accept that, to truly live in that truth, you have to do something far more powerful than ask for love. You have to give love to yourself. You must be the one to show up for yourself first. You must be the one to reflect back to yourself all the love, care, and validation you crave from others. Let's talk about how that shift happens. Let's talk about how you begin to unravel the narrative that keeps you stuck in the web of your own fears. You must let go of the illusion that love is earned. For so many of us, love has always been transactional. From the moment we were born, we were taught to believe that love must be earned. We were conditioned to think that if we give enough, sacrifice enough, bend enough, we will be loved. But love isn't earned. Love is a state of being. It's not about what you do or how you perform. It's about who you are. It's about knowing that you have inherent worth, that you are deserving of affection, respect, and care, regardless of how much you do for others. This transactional view of love keeps us shackled to the idea that if we don't prove ourselves enough, we will be left behind. But when you operate from a space of scarcity, when you believe love is something you have to constantly prove or earn, you set yourself up for burnout and disappointment. True love is not given on a conditional basis. It flows freely, without expectation, without the pressure to perform. It is given freely and received just as effortlessly when we stand in our own truth, knowing that we are already enough. It's time to let go of the false belief that you must be perfect or perform a certain way to be loved. You do not need to earn love. You are love. And once you embrace that truth, you will find that love begins to flow into your life effortlessly and abundantly. You must stop chasing after people who can't love you. There is an unsettling truth many of us refuse to confront. The people who are emotionally unavailable or incapable of loving you in the way you deserve are not your responsibility to fix. The impulse to chase after someone who cannot see your value, someone who cannot meet your needs, is born from that same fear of abandonment. It's a deep primal instinct that tells you, if I love harder, if I give more, if I stay long enough, they will change. They will love me the way I want them to. But here's the painful truth. They won't. You cannot force someone to see you, to love you, or to value you if they are not capable of it. And no matter how hard you try, no matter how many sacrifices you make, no matter how much you pour into them, you cannot fill a void that exists within them. What you're really doing is abandoning yourself. You're abandoning your needs, your worth, your peace, in pursuit of someone who is not capable of offering the same in return. This is not love. This is fear. The fear of being alone, the fear of being unworthy, the fear of being rejected. But here's the truth you need to hear. You are worthy of love that sees you, values you, and supports you. The moment you stop chasing after people who can't give you what you need, the moment you stop pouring into relationships that drain you, you make space for people who truly see you, who truly love you, and who are capable of reciprocating that love. You don't have to fight for love. Love should be an equal exchange. It should fill you up, not empty you. The moment you realize that your energy is too precious to waste on anyone who can't appreciate it, you will stop chasing after the wrong people. You will start attracting the right ones. You must face the fear that keeps you bound. Every fear you experience in relationships, whether it's the fear of abandonment, rejection, or not being enough, is a mirror. It's showing you something you haven't yet confronted within yourself. The fears that drive your actions are simply reflections of what's unresolved within you. So the first step in breaking free from these toxic cycles is to face your fears head on. Ask yourself, why am I afraid of being abandoned? What is it about being alone that terrifies me? Why do I feel unworthy of love? Often, the answers to these questions are buried deep within us, stemming from past experiences, old wounds, and deeply ingrained beliefs. But you cannot heal what you refuse to confront. You must face the truth about your fears, see them for what they truly are, and then you must let them go. Facing your fears doesn't mean you have to be fearless. It means accepting the fear, acknowledging it, and then choosing to take action anyway. It means recognizing that the fear does not define you. You are not your fear. You are the courage that chooses to walk through it, the strength that rises above it, and the resilience that continues forward no matter what. You must build the courage to stand alone. There is a profound strength that comes from standing alone. It's the strength that comes from knowing you are your own foundation, your own anchor. For so long, you may have believed that you needed someone else to complete you, to validate you, to make you feel seen and loved. But the truth is, the moment you stand alone, when you embrace your own solitude, you begin to understand that you are enough, that you always have been. Standing alone doesn't mean isolating yourself or pushing others away. It means learning to stand firm in your own power without relying on someone else to fill the gaps, to reassure you, or to validate your worth. Standing alone means standing in your own truth, knowing that you are worthy of love, respect, and happiness, even when no one else is around to remind you of it. When you start standing in your own power, when you stop depending on others to define your worth, you will find a peace that no one can take from you. You will no longer be afraid of being abandoned because you will know that you have yourself. You will know that no matter what happens, you will always have your own back. You must choose to love yourself first. This is the foundation of everything. Until you love yourself fully, until you can stand in the mirror and see yourself as worthy of all the love, respect, and happiness the world has to offer, no one else will be able to love you the way you deserve. You cannot expect someone else to fill the holes in your heart that only you can fill. Love is not something you find in another person. Love is something you cultivate within yourself. It is the quiet strength that comes from knowing who you are and understanding that you are enough, no matter who comes or who goes. And once you truly love yourself, once you stand in the full knowledge of your own worth, the people you attract will reflect that love. They will meet you at the level of your own self-respect, and they will mirror the deep love you have cultivated for yourself. So stop looking for love outside of yourself. Stop waiting for someone else to complete you. You are already complete. You are already whole. And when you begin to love yourself fully, everything in your life will begin to change. The fear of abandonment will no longer have control over you. The need for validation will dissipate. And the cycle of chasing after the wrong people, the wrong relationships, will end. You will stand tall in the truth that you are enough, and that love will find you not because you're desperate for it, but because you are already full of it. This is your moment to break free. The fear is no longer your master. You are the one who will shape your reality now. Step into your power. Step into the fullness of your own love. The world is waiting for you to claim it. And when you do, you will never have to chase love again. As you stand on the edge of this revelation, take a moment to breathe. Breathe in the truth that you are enough. Breathe in the realization that you have everything within you to live the life you've always dreamed of, a life full of love, peace, and authenticity. The external validation you've sought for so long is no longer necessary. It was never the love you needed. The love you've been searching for was always meant to come from within. You have the power to let go of the chains that have bound you, the chains of fear, of abandonment, of seeking worth through the approval of others. You are not defined by their expectations, their judgments, or their rejection. You are defined by your own strength. You are defined by the truth that you are whole, you are worthy, and you are deserving of love, not because of what you do, but because of who you are. The moment you decide to step away from the need to prove your worth to others is the moment your life will shift. The moment you stop chasing the love you think you need and start living from the love you already have for yourself is the moment you will find everything you've been searching for. You will attract the people who see you, who love you, who respect you, not because you need their love to survive, but because you are already whole, already complete. You don't have to chase love anymore. It's waiting for you. It's waiting in the stillness of your own heart, in the peace you cultivate within yourself. When you stop seeking it, stop needing it to feel worthy, you will realize that love has always been here. It has always been in you. Now, walk forward with confidence. Walk forward with the knowledge that you are your own source of love and that no one can ever make you feel small again. You are whole, you are powerful, and you are more than enough. The world is waiting for you to shine in the fullness of who you are. So go and let the world see you. Let it witness the transformation of someone who has finally learned that love is not something to chase. Love is something to embody, and you are the embodiment of it.